What did we cover? Part 1. What was it? What is it?
Marriage in the light of the Quran.
What was it? In that and of and what was the top? What is the subtopic? What did we look into first?
Qualities of a good husband.
It was quality of a good wife. Right? We are not gonna leave this out. Number 1, we are looking for what? Right? Righteousness. Taqwa. Taqwa. Righteousness. Righteousness. Piety, right? Yes, look for a righteous wife. As she should be looking for a righteous husband. If you get this woman, Allahu Akbar, pious, righteous. Refer to righteous women like Maryam, alayhi salam. Refer to righteous women like Asiya. You see Asiya? Who was Asiya's sisters? Asiya. Who was she? Imra'atu Fir'aun, wife of Fir'aun. She died Shahida. She fought her battle. She raised Musa alayhi salam, right? She convinced, because she was a mu'minah. You can imagine that she lived under toughest circumstances, but she was pious, she was righteous, and so she made it by the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can, brothers, this is your turn and time. Look for a righteous woman. Point number 2. We are going back to, what is that? Religious. What is that? Commitment. Mutadayyina. And this is based on what, sisters? Look for a woman who is committed in her religion. She doesn't need to be a shaykhat. No. But the fact that she's a Muslimah and she's working towards her iman, she loves learning, she has sound aqidah, Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, she follows Quran and Sunnah based on the understanding of Sahaba. She tries her best. She is in the right path. And she is ready to learn, even with less knowledge. Lakin she knows that I have to adhere to the principles of Sharia and Islam and Islamiyah. I am going to live this life. Even before that, I treat haram as haram and I avoid it, and halal as what? Halal, and I avoid it. Sisters, that is the wife that these men are looking for. Work on your piety and work on your deen. Your deen inside, in your mind, inside, and outwardly, outside. Work on your deen. Wallahi, if I'm a Muslim, but are you following Islam? Are you a practicing Muslim? If you practice your Islam, you don't need to sell yourself. You will be bought. You will be bought in your bedroom. People will know who you are and where you are. Wallahi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide somebody good to you, your deen. Point number 3. Work on your deen, sister. Nothing is more superior than your deen. Nothing. How is that? N-O-T-H, no thing, I-N-G. Nothing is more superior than your deen. You want to get into this institution called marriage? Work on your deen. I'm advising you for free. In legal terms, we say pro bono, for free. You will remember me, you, one day. Insha'Allah ta'ala, you will remember myself. Maybe I'm dead. Number 3. You also marry a woman for beauty, man. For? You're allowed, brother. Remember, you want to live with this sister in your house, right? I have seen people who say that, Wallahi, I divorced, some of them divorced their wives in my presence. And they say, Imam Shafi, I convinced that don't divorce. Don't divorce. He said, Imam Shafi, can I tell you the truth? I lived with my wife for 7 years. Wallahi, I just lived with her because I was forced into this. I never even saw her face. And when I met with her, I never even liked her. So make a good choice, brother. Make a good choice. Yani marry, and beauty doesn't mean Miss America or Miss Africa. In fact, who makes one lady to be the Miss African, Miss American, Miss what? It's a propaganda. What makes her Miss? It's business. A woman that captures your eyes and your heart, that's your beauty, right? Marry a beautiful woman that attracts your eyes. It's allowed in Islam. Point number 4. If she's wealthy, why not? If she's wealthy, Khadija radiallahu anha, she was a billionaire of Makkah, not a millionaire. She did business. She was doing international business, right? Because the caravan was leaving Makkah to Sham, international. Allahu Akbar. And she saw honesty, nobility, kindness, trustworthiness in the Prophet ﷺ, and respect. You know, Khadija sent what? People that she sent some people to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that, can you talk to Muhammad to marry me? Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. She was wealthy. If there's a lady who was wealthy, Bismillah, brother. Maybe her wealth is going to help you. There are good sisters, even in this community, maybe in this masjid, inshallah. They're going to say, yes, here is my debit and credit, man. Glad you give me a hug. You are my, after Allah and the Messenger and my deen, you are my everything, okay? Take this man. The sisters don't worry about my like Khadija. May Allah open your hearts to be like that, sisters, eh? Yeah, so, you're allowed to do that. But now don't be lazy, don't say, oh, according to the nice presentation, I'm not going to work. I'm going to look for, sister, how much money do you have in your account? You are not going to marry them. Rasulullah never used that methodology, okay? No. I'm not going to work. You're going to be lazy. Sister, how much do you have? I disqualify you. You have nothing, right? Wealthy. And also, there is what is called what? Lineage. Number, am I good? Number 4, we call it what?
Number 5.
This is number 5, huh? What's number 4? Okay. Family, lineage. It matters. Remember we mentioned that? Even when it comes to men, right? Family matters a lot. It matters. It matters. Ali bin Abi Talib wanted to marry daughter of Abu Lahab. Cousins, right? Rasulullah said no. The daughter of the Prophet Fatima and the daughter of Abu Lahab does not meet under one roof. No. That is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm reminding you, everything I mentioned here is based on Quran and Sunnah. Brothers, these are the women to marry. Based on these 4 points, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Tunkahul mar'a li arba'in." A woman is married for 4 qualities. Li jamaliha, for her beauty. I used to say beauty. Nowadays I'm Americanized. Beauty, for her beauty. If I go back to Africa, I'm gonna Allah. If I go back to Africa, how my English has. So you marry her for her beauty. Li jamaliha, wali hasabiha, for her what? Family lineage, right? But also wali maliha, for her wealth. And he then said walidiniha, but she is married for her deen. Of all 4 qualities, the focal point should be fadhfar bidhati din taribat yadak. Choose and focus and target a religious, committed lady, woman, and you will prosper. In fact, there's another hadith that says, do not just marry them for their beauty or for wealth. You understand that? Because beauty will come and go, wealth will come and go. But what remains? So sisters, before you advertise yourself, you see me, think of this. Qualities of taqwa and religious. If you have all this and you don't have this, you are not going to have a good marriage. You are not. You are not going to have a good home, because it's not all about moving with someone into a house and making babies. It is moving with someone who is righteous, who fear Allah, who is religiously committed to establish an Islamic home, not just a home. There are many homes, but they are not Islamic. So this is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu. We move forward. Number 6. Listen to this. The big one is coming. A woman who guards her chastity. Who knows that? And honor. In the presence and absence of her husband. Have you seen sisters who cover themselves in the house or in the presence of their husband? But wallahi, when she's away, she doesn't, they don't live with ihsan. She's a Muslimah without ihsan. في علم التوحيد, we are taught that مراتب الإسلام ثلاثة وهي. There are 3 levels of Islam. Al-Islam is the first general what? Level. And then Al-Iman, when you're practicing your Islam. And then there is Al-Ihsan. Every Muslim and Muslimah should live تحت ظل ماذا؟ Al-Ihsan. Why do you only put on hijab in the presence of your husband? And when you are away from him, you are not putting. For example, why do you only behave? You don't shake hands when you are walking with your husband, but when you are at work, you give me a hug. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Inna Allah la yakhfa alayhi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama. We are going to colleges. You want to get married? Any sister who says that I want to get married, fix your hijab. Don't have hijab at home, but when you go to the college, you don't have. You know what sisters are doing in the college. Please, man, please. On Jummah, every masjid, stand outside. Sisters are driving, no hijab. When they jump out of the car, then they put it on. Outside the masjid, when they go in, we are doing it. I'm saying a woman who guards her chastity. Brothers, talk to the sister. Talk to her about chastity. What is chastity? What is it? What is this word? Who understands it, brothers? What is chastity? A decent woman who avoid haram. You understand that? You avoid haram in what? In action, how you dress, how you walk. A married woman, man, a married woman. Surah An-Nur and also Surah Umad and Ahzab, right? Did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even guided women how they should walk? A married woman with a tight staff, married. And then she starts throwing this leg here and this leg here. Now you know what is happening elsewhere. She's showing her America, Colorado here, Wyoming here, this and this. Shaking her body that will be surprised. And she knows that I'm attracting attention. She takes shower, she takes perfume, and she put here. Shh. She come out like this, you say, which ifrit, which shaitan is that? She say, I love smelling good. Most of them don't do that to their husband, unfortunately. Weddings, she takes shower with perfume. Going to hang out, meeting with friends, she never decorated herself for the husband. She say, why should I? I'm talking about that. You want to get a wife, brothers? I'm talking to you now. Look for this woman who got her chastity and honor, her honor, but at the same time, in the presence or absence of the husband, right? Know that you have a good wife. Quickly, number 7. Okay, sister, I don't know how we're going to take this. obedient to the husband. Hey, 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 hey. A'udhu billahi min amrika. Why should I obey you? Why? Why? I've graduated, pursuing my master's. I have a job. I bought my own car. I have my own saving. You have a car and I have a car. You have a key and I have a key. Double key. You have a key to your car and I have mine to my car. And you have a key of the house, dude, bro, and I also have mine. Why should I obey you? If a sister reasons like that, drop her immediately. Tell her, wait again for a brother to come from Kuwait or another country. You are not for me. Obedience to the husband when husband is obeying Allah, right? Only when he obeys. But when he doesn't obey Allah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La ta'atan li makhluqin fi ma'siyati al-khaliq." There is no obedience to the creation when that creation is disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to obey your husband if you want to get married. I'm boiling now. I'm coming with big points, brothers. After this, you need to take me somewhere, brothers, okay? To have a good lunch. Oh, these sisters are going to hate me. And I like them. They're my daughters and their uncle, but today they're not going to like me. Number 8. Number 8. Listen to this. A woman who recognizes a husband to be her leader. Leader and wali. Now, say, Imam Shafi, we love you for the sake of Allah. Brothers, ask a sister, you want to get married to me? Yes. Do you know that I'm going to be your leader? And I'm going to be your wali? Because if you want to summarize being a husband, you can even, you can summarize it to 3 words. A husband, of course, he has to be Muslim, right? But he has to be a guide who is going to guide his family, a protector, and a provider. Provision, you talk about money. Are you working? So that is good, right? Are you going to protect me? Yes. But what about guidance? My sister, I want you to understand this. If you are not ready for this, give it a few months again, or 2, 3, 4 years. Fix yourself, fix your heart to understand that your husband, Allah says, Ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa. You know Allah is going to ask me on the day of Qiyamah. Imam Shafi, why did you give half-baked presentation? Allah has given men position to lead the family. Are you ready? There's a lot of competition among young people. Young people who are getting married. They're showing muscles, arguing a lot. They can argue the whole night. They can argue the following day. You are telling, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Do it, I'm not going to do it. Why should I? Sisters, humble yourself for this. You recognize a husband to be the leader. And your wali is going to guide you. And he's going to guard you. And he's going to guide you. Yes, it happens like that. Now, that does not mean that you are not part of marriage. It's a contract, right? I always tell brothers, do not use that to abuse women. Do not use that to humiliate women. They are not your slaves. Take yourself to be the head, and where is the body? Can a head exist without the body? So your wife is that body. Understand it like that. Sisters, I'm fair, right? Am I fair? Am I fair? Say yes, Imam Shafi. Do you know what this means? I'm going to quote a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ before I continue. Hadith is narrated by Abi Hurairah radiallahu anhu. It is collected by Imam Ahmad in his Sunan. He says that سئل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أي النساء خير. A very specific question, O Messenger of Allah. Which is the best woman? Who is the best? Listen to the answer of the Prophet ﷺ. Now, sister, don't say that Imam Shafi never conveyed this. This may be our last meeting. I may die tonight. But remember that Imam Shafi informed me. For me to be the best, you cannot be the best the way you want to be the best. You have to be the best in the light of Quran and Sunnah. Which woman is the best? What was the answer of the Prophet? Listen to this. He said, التي تسره إذا نظر إليها. A good woman is this woman who makes the husband feel happy when the husband look at her. Work on yourselves, kiss sisters. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. When your husband look at you, he's happy. So maybe you are working or you are not working, but that day you are at home. This man left, went to work. He's coming home. He found you in the same sleeping gown. The way you woke up, in the same, sitting on the same couch, the way he left you after 8 hours. You said, my husband, I'm so tired. I never even woke up, I never got up from, I never even brushed my teeth. Please give me a break. You come and you find your wife is not. Please take care of yourself. A woman who doesn't even take shower. No bath. She's so afraid of water. Hot, she's afraid. Warm, she's afraid. Cold, she ran away. She washes her face and her fingers here and her leg. She say, bye. I just make wudu, I'm a Muslim. Please, sister. Do anything you can do halal that attracts your husband. Wallahi, it increases love. Number 2, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that تطيعه إذا أمر. This woman is obeying him when he requests her to do something. You understand that? And number 3, ولا تخالفه في نفسها ولا في ماله بما يكره. That his wife does not go against him regarding herself and his wealth without his approval. Aren't you my husband? A brother is accusing a sister of taking some money from his pocket, 100 to 1. Then she says, have you finished? Am I not your wife? Am I not your wife? Sister, 200, 300, after every second week, 200, 300, 400. Why can't you ask him? You know, there's no problem of using a portion of your husband's wealth. There's no problem, right? Why? Why can't you? Okay, you want to leave your house. What does Sharia tell you regarding based on that hadith? What should you do as a good woman? Asking for permission. Just tell your husband, I want to meet with my friends. Is it difficult to say that? Wallahi, my experience of attending to the community, and you know that I'm spending more time in conflict resolutions. Whoever has been closer to me knows that. The phone, the this. You can't imagine how people on my neck. One of the biggest problems is that hadith is not followed from sister's side. I want to be organic in my advice. They don't want to obey their husbands. They feel like, are you degrading me? Are you like, belittling my intelligence? You are intelligent, sister. You are a mu'mina. Allah has honored you. But you are getting into an institution called marriage. It comes with rules and regulations and requirements. What is the problem to ask your husband that I want to run to the library? I want to go to the masjid. Do you think that a mu'min is going to tell you no? This person is there to guard you, to protect you. Right? He should have best interest for you in his heart. So look, a simple thing like that. Why should I ask you for permission? So that is hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Let us go quickly, number 9. Number 9 goes as follows. We say good, what? Akhlaq. Remember that? Good akhlaq. Good akhlaq, right? Good akh. behaviors and morals, good akhlaq. And when we talk about akhlaq, we talk about what? What is it? Character. She has a good word. She has she has good manners towards who? Towards the husband. Husband, relatives, and friends. There are some women who are only good to husbands and they are never good to relatives. Just like there are men who just want a lady from a family, then he is not good to the other family and his wife's family. Be good, sister. And when we talk about behaviors, it means it includes in words and what? And action. Your behavior matters a lot as a wife, because you're going to be a mother. How are you going to raise your children? And I want to inform everybody here, men and women, that our entire deen is akhlaq. Scholars are telling us that our entire deen is what? Akhlaq. How you behave towards Allah, how you behave within yourself, how you behave towards other people. It's akhlaq. So if you have bad behaviors, bad manners, bad characters, how are you going to survive in that marriage? You are yelling. Some women are beating men, smacking. And some men are crying so because a husband loves his wife so much, smacking him. Don't play with me. The man says, have you seen a man crying? With the big, gonna call my man. He's saying, I'm gonna call my man. The following day, she said, please forgive me. I don't shaitan. But in her heart, she said, I really smacked him well. She smacked his face. How is that marriage going? Wallahi, there are cases of women beating. Remember, we say that a man, Rasulullah never beat his wives, right? Ma daraba Rasulullah sallallahu Rasul never beat his wife. A real man is not a man who is beating his wife and abusing her. No. What about a woman beating a man? And you think that he's going to love you because you are harsh, because you yell? You get mad like that. That is not marriage. In fact, sisters, point number 10 is a woman. How do you call it? A woman who? A woman, a husband. I call her peaceful wife. She has to be peaceful. Which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when a man is coming into your life, what is happening? Quran, Surah Al-Rum, ayah number 21. وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُمْ مِنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. Of his signs is that he created for you, from you, your mates, that you should find peace, repose, peace and harmony in them. A man is coming in your life to find peace, then he finds Jahannam on earth. Jahannam, where are you? When are you coming home? I'm sick and tired of you. This man is coming shivering like this. What is going to happen? Am I going to be butchered? Am I going to eat? And then she finds you sitting like this. This is you. Even your face has changed. Normal face has gone like this. It's facing towards Jerusalem. Your husband wants peace, and he has to bring peace at home. You did not marry to abuse one another. You understand that? Abuse and all this and violation, not for violence. No. Don't do that. Quickly, I'm writing. Here is a big point coming. Number 11, she accepts advice. How many of us are accepting advice? How many sisters are ready to accept advice from a husband? Wallahi, some sisters, my mom, some sisters will accept. I also have cases in the community of working class. These women, sisters, are so good at work. Visit her at work and see. If a boss coughs, yes, boss, coughing, let her come home. Let her come home. Let her come home and find this, miskin. Her husband is at home. Assalamu alaikum. The whole day at work, all her teeth. How many teeth are here? Like this. With Angeline. With Mr. John. With boss. She's fighting for promotion. She's okay. In the car driving home, she's okay. As soon as she arrives home, she says, this shaitan, is he in or out? He calling shaitan. As soon as she comes, Assalamu alaikum. I'm so tired, my husband. Are you ready to be advised? If you are not ready, you are not going to fix it, because we make a lot of mistakes. We have a lot of weaknesses in marriage, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَخُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. And the human being is created weak. You are weak, you're going to mess up, you're going to make a lot of, right? And our deen is an-nasiha, is sincerity, but also we advise one another. Number 12. Accept advice. This is big one. This is big one. This one big one. It's called Ya Allah. She must be a good. Who is gonna read that? Listener. Ya Allah. America is a beautiful country. Let's make America great again. By La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Hi. This country is good. Part of its beauty is that it makes us to talk. Everybody wanna talk. If you don't say anything, you think that you are not. People just talk. One of the such things that have destroyed many marriages is miscommunication and not controlling our tongue. This boneless part of us, this neck, this one, wallahi, has destroyed relationships, has destroyed communities. This one, the Prophet ﷺ guided us in a hadith, وَمَنْ كَانَ يُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ فَلْيَقُلْ خَيْرًا أَوْ لِيَسْمُتْ لِيَسْكُتْ. If you believe in Allah, if you really believe in Allah and the last day, what should you do? Speak good or zip your mouth. Zip your mouth. Don't talk. When you don't talk, you get ajr, inshallah. When you talk nonsense, you are destructive, right? Don't do that, especially to your husband. I always tell people that there are 4 keys to communication. 1, choose what you want to tell your spouse or your partner. What? Number 2, know how you're going to deliver that message. Number 3, when, timing, and where, the place. Zahra, write that. Take that from Imam Shafi. Zahra, you're going to get this husband in Canada. Ya Allah. Sisters, what matters a lot, right? How you're going to convey your message. Somebody would have listened to you, but you have messed up with how. It needed politeness. Timing. Somebody is coming from work when he or she is tired, brothers. And then you start, did you bring? You are turning a house not to be a house, it's not a home. You turn it to be it's a war zone. So then this man comes and you want to go home earlier, but he say no. Maybe I go to the gym. He didn't want to go to the gym that day. But he said that she's at home. Ya Allah. He's making dua for you on he's running. Ya Allah, soften her heart. Be a good listener. Wallahi. Remember, this is part of deen, right? So Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam advised Sahaba many times, Ayyuhanas isma'u min isma'u. Allah say, Fattakullaha wasma'u wa ati'u. Fear Allah and listen and obey. That is ayah in Quran. Fear Allah and listen and obey. Talking too much, insulting, it does not make you to be a good wife at home. 13. I'm coming towards the end. We have to do this. She doesn't argue. Is that correct? She doesn't argue stubbornly or arrogantly. Or there are people who can. In fact, this behavior of over arguing is not Islamic. They are called aladul khisam. Alad. Yani this is a person who has can argue with all her muscles. You think somebody's lifting, how do you call it? Weight lifter. And she's shivering like this. This is your husband, brother, this is your wife. Nah! Maybe you're arguing on rice. Do you like rice? Which type of rice? Is it Somali rice or Palestinian rice? Is it which coffee? Is it Ethiopian or is it Jordanian? Is it American burger or you're arguing on burger? Which do you like it? Is it American? How do you call those stuff? What do you add on top of it? Huh? You are arguing on silly things. Stupid. No. Subhanallah, most of arguments are not constructive. Constructive argument is allowed because it's respectful. Lakin, you don't need to be, I call it a woman who is not stubbornly, what? She's not argumentative. She's not stubborn and arrogant. Don't marry that woman, she's going to drive you crazy, man. Maybe she belongs to somebody from Korea or Thailand. Not you in this community. You're going to come to Imam Shafi after midnight. How am I going to help you? Brothers, how am I going to help you? Abdel Nasir, how am I going to help you? Number 14. Right. Speak to her husband kindly. I think I've already covered that. Number 15. Number 15, kindly and gently. Number 15, she is grateful. She's grateful with what they have. She's also grateful when given. She is patient when there isn't. She's thankful. She's grateful and thankful to the husband. First to Allah for granting her a home, but also to the husband. There are women who never, ever, they were never grateful to husband. They are torturing men. You work and you come home, it's not enough. Food is there, rent is there, you buy her clothes and all this, it's never enough. I have seen women, I'm telling you guys, they will always compare their husbands with neighbors. Are you even a man? Yes, I'm a man. Look at the car that you're driving, old Toyota. Look at neighbors, those are men, look at what they are driving. 2023, 2024, they are comparing their homes with the what? They are never, ever, sister's secret. A man doesn't need much things from you. A man needs respect. A man needs to be appreciated. A man needs to be thanked and encouraged. Just recognize that this is my husband, he's working so hard. Tell your kids that your dad is working so hard. My husband, stand here. Come here. Come here, my husband. Come closer to me. I love you. I'm so grateful. Yes, I'm working and you're working, but I'm so grateful. Wallahi, I thank your efforts. Jazakallahu khairan. No. Husband is that small king, you know, you want to come home and find that empire is prepared. He wants some good words, sisters. Be grateful. Be grateful and thankful to your husband. Wallahi, you have given him the whole dunya. But when you are ungrateful to your husband, you kill him. You destroy him. Of course, some men never appreciated women. Even in Ramadan, women are burning their hands, making iftar, and the whole Ramadan, they are cooking for 6 hours. We never even told them, Jazakillahu khairan, for the sake of Allah, may Allah reward you, may Allah. Appreciating one another is very important. Appreciate your husband. Few more points, I'm coming down. Okay. Be patient, sister. She has to be patient. She has to be patient, sabr. Sisters, the victims in marriage are you. The victims in marriage are women. Many cultures, they never honor the woman. I want to tell you that. You're the man, even if they honor you, men don't carry babies in their stomach. Day one, maybe the same night you're pregnant. Then you start puking. Some men start thinking of, should I stay in this house? This is a beautiful girl that I met yesterday. Now she's puking. Let me be patient with her. But in his heart. What I'm saying is that pregnancy, everything in your life, most of it is painful, painful, painful. You know that? You need to be patient when you are signing for that. When you are signing the contract of I accept, know that it's not walking in any park in Denver. It's not as easy as you think. You need to be patient. Have sabr. Without sabr, you are not going to make it. That is enough for to say you need to be patient. Number 17. I promise you are coming towards that. Patience. So we already covered the husband looking, feeling hard when committed. Brother, marry a sister who is committed to raising your kids. Who knows this? How important is this? In our America here, this is happening with girls more than boys. You get married, or before she tells you, honey, she calls you honey. She's a bee. She's called you honey. You know a bee? She tells you, honey, can I talk to you? She says, okay, we're going to get married, but I'm not ready for a baby now, 6 years from now. Because you want to say, yes. Women are making it a condition. Some of them don't have any reason. She just feel like, I don't. What about if a man wants a baby? Don't you see that there's a conflict? Don't you see that there's a conflict? If a man wants a baby. She has no real reason. Or I have seen Muslims who are they are opting for adoption. Say, I don't want to have a baby. Why can't we adopt a child? You accept that is your own want. But discuss those issues from the beginning. If you want children, let her know that I need children. Now, there are women who carry children, but they don't raise those children. I want you to understand this point. 3, 4 more points that I'm done. In fact, 3, yeah. There are women who carry children until they give birth, but they don't raise children. You know why? In America, you tell me this, sisters, this is your, once you give birth, how long should you stay at home before you get back to work? How many days? What is labor leave in America? Less than 2 months. Less than 2 months. Okay. I want to ask you a question. Job is very important. But who is more important at that moment than your baby? Okay? So then we go with formula stuffs, right? You go to supermarket, you make certain things. Nothing is healthier for a baby like what comes from you, from your chest. Nothing. You know that. Go to school. You know that. You know that. Can you imagine that you are ready to give a birth and we don't have like house girls or, here. In America it's very difficult to have one. So your child starts going to daycare as early as, and the child is graduating not even having good bond and relationship with you. That is how much we have also destroyed our families. We make children, but we don't raise those children. Then we start complaining how these children are disrespectful. They don't have any connection with you. She is connected to many, many people who raised her when you are making money. I don't say that you don't need to, yani you should not work if you have to. Like, is it really a must if in your life, family first? Family first. So even if you're looking for a job and don't look job that revolves around the family. How many children are suffering? They don't eat at home. That is why we are buying food, fast food. You are at work, you are ordering food. There is no organic, good food at home. That is how we raise our children. So there are women who are doing what? They are not ready to raise their family. Kamal, I see you have many questions. Number 18. Keeping husbands, I'm coming to an end, husband's secret. You know that? If you are married, keep one another's secret. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Hunna libasun lakum wa antum libasun lahunna. Your wives are your garment that covers you, and you are also their garments. Keep your secrets. Brothers, it's haram, some men are doing that. They go to their moms especially and they expose you. My wife is like this, she doesn't even know how to cook. That woman is the dirtiest and stinkiest in the house. Wallahi, most of men are saying that to their mothers. Especially African community, I've seen some of you talking to your mothers. Why are you exposing your wife? How are they going to respect her tomorrow? And I've seen sisters who, from her sister to her mother, they know everything about you. You know what you're doing? You're stripping your husband or your wife naked in public. That is what you're doing. Keep his secret. Find ways of solving his what, unless it is haram that needs intervention, right? Then there are places where you can go to. Number 19. Keep secrets. We say here, guarding, did we write that? Guarding herself from haram. I think I brought that somewhere there, so I'm not going to explain. I explain it under chastity, right? And then number 20. Guard your husband's wealth. Please, guard his wealth as well. Rasulullah spoke about that. Adorn yourself for your husband. I mentioned it up and I'm writing it because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke about it, and the last part, marry a woman who has knowledge about what? About marriage. Rights and responsibilities. One of the scholars quoted one righteous woman saying that there are 3 types of women. The first one is a righteous woman, kind, right? Respectful, patient, a righteous woman, right? The second type of a woman is a woman who is just a vessel. Allah bring her in your life to carry babies, but she's 0 here and here. 0. Big 0. Like that clock. 0 like this. She's just a vessel. She can give you 10 babies. The following day. Every year. But there's nothing. She's not a wife. So you say, I'm going to keep her because of kids. But she doesn't have these qualities. And the third one is like a yoke. A burden that Allah allowed to fall on you, men. You know a yoke? You know a yoke? Y-O-R-K. You know it? Like a burden. She's just there. You carry her from day one. You're like this. Hey, what do I do with it? And you cannot put her down. She stick to your neck. Hey, we are going. Hey, I love you. But she's bala. She's a big test in your life. She take all happiness. Wallahi. A brother got married in Denver here. He got married. And I met with him after some time. I said, brother, inside here, I told him, dude, what's going on? How is marital life? He said, Imam, alhamdulillah, with a broken heart, alhamdulillah. Imam, had I known, I would have not done it earlier. It's too tough. From the time I got married, it's too tough. All my freedom is gone. But he started complaining. That is like a yoke. You have a yoke on your neck. She's sinking you every day. Here is broken. She doesn't care. Here is broken. She doesn't care. She's finishing you, but she's celebrating on you there. She's celebrating. I'm married. She doesn't care about your crying. She doesn't care about your feeling. Sisters, which type of a woman do you want to be when you get married? The first one, the second one, or the third one? Make your own decision. Wabillahi tawfiq. Bismillah. Now.
We have a few questions here.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm going to, okay, Bismillah.
Someone is asking, how can you tell if someone will be a good father?
How can you tell if somebody can be a good father? You can know through different ways, and Allah knows best. If he has siblings, you want to know how much is he taking good care of his siblings. If he has parents, how much is he taking care of? And the person who will have kids and what will be known in the area, right? And have that discussion with him. Are you good with kids? Can you improve that area? Can you open your heart, because I want you to love our kids? You know, so those are part of discussion that you should. And you make dua for him. Nah. And Allah knows best. Nah.
Number 2, can you reject someone based on the job they have? For example, they have halal income, but it does not pay enough.
Before I reject his halal income, I can sit with him and you know, help him maybe to look for something extra. In America, somebody may have one job, right? Why can't I encourage him if a good brother, if he's a good candidate as a future husband? Why can't you encourage him maybe to go back to school, or you know, to do another job that is, you know, is sustainable? So I don't think that if rejection is the first, you know, is a priority. It is an area of discussion. Somebody may have a, you know, little earning today, but tomorrow, mashallah, he can have a, you know, decent earning. And Allah knows best now.
Number 3.
But if he's lazy, yeah, he says that this is what I, you know, then you have a choice to marry him, knowing his condition, or to reject it.
Advice on marriage and university, how to determine pure intentions.
I think we discussed that in the past. That is why I want to make this to be a class. I don't want to make it to be like a khutbah. We said if somebody has intention, tell him contact my brother, contact my dad. We said follow the Islamic what? Halal procedure, right? Approach. You will know whether he means good or not. Anybody with bad intention is a player, right? You want to be a playboy. Don't accept that. Ask him from the beginning, what do you want from me? I want to marry you. Then follow the Islamic word. You understand that? Then you will know his intention.
The next one, I think you answered it last time as well, so I'll just add a little bit something to it. So they said, how can you make sure someone has these traits for sure? I want to add something to that.
Yes, please.
For example, let's say if you're in marriage talks with somebody and you're mentioning different things and you guys have different opinions on it. For example, maybe a sister says, oh, I want to work, I got this degree for a reason. But the brother says, no, I don't want you to work in that field. I don't think it's suitable for a Muslim lady. What do they do in that scenario, for example?
I believe in negotiations always. You need to talk. You need to present your reasoning. Why don't you want her to work, right? Tell her because the environment is bad, because there is ikhtilaf, because there is, let her know. Okay? And give her a chance to say why does she feel that she should work. Maybe she's the only girl who is helping home. So she can tell you that if you don't want me to work for now, are you going to help my mother? Are you going to take care of my... It is an area of negotiations. The best for a woman is to stay at home, right? Is she going to stay at home when she's hungry? No food, no rent, no this, you know. She has to do something, right? And there are certain specific jobs that only a woman should do. We need doctors and nurses, we need gynecologists and all this. Are you going to touch women? So we need women in the hospital. Islam did not forbid a woman from working completely, no. But she has to be careful where she works, the environment and all that, you know, guarding haram from halal.
And the last question is, does the ghira come after nikah or while getting to know someone?
Does ghira comes before? Sisters and brothers, I want to tell you this. This is very important for me. If a brother, for example, is talking to you, right, through Islamic channel, maybe he's talking to other 3 girls. He's not committing zina with them. He's not sure whether you're going to accept or not. Do you understand that or not? If a sister is, you are talking to a sister, don't forget that maybe there are other 2, 3, 4 people who may be, because there is nothing between you until when there is commitment, right? There is commitment. But if you're just chatting, hi sister, assalamu alaikum, salam, how is your morning? So what is between me and you until that level? So if you have ghira, it is your own ghira. Why can't you commit to have real ghira? If you go and you ask for her hand in marriage and you have been accepted, approved, right? Then definitely, you know that, this is my future wife, right? In fact, it should be known if somebody approaches her. She should say that I've been approached, people came home and we accepted it. We are waiting. If it works, alhamdulillah, we're going to conclude nikah. But you are just talking. Why are people having ghira when there is nothing between you? I saw that girl coming closer to you. Men are like that. Why that brother was coming to you, like command was coming closer to you, and you are talking to him. A brother is talking like that. There is nothing between you and that sister. Sisters are saying, we've been chatting. Why should other sisters chat with you? Why? So why can't you commit in Islam and say, brother, I come home, let it be known that we are engaged, right? Then definitely ghira, will. But I think it's a little bit childish. I'm sorry to say that. And it's primitive. It's also barbaric. It is uncivil. You want another big English? Uncivilized. Un-Islamic. I don't want to say un-America, we're Muslims. Yeah? To just start to envy somebody when you are playing games or when you are still thinking. Sometimes you are sincere. Right? But you haven't made a decision. Make up your mind, make a decision, follow the Islamic procedure, and then be envy. But if you envy his actions and what and you haven't committed, what is that? And Allah knows best. Now,
kind of following up on the university question. Let's say you get married in university and you're like have enough to maybe afford just the basic necessities, but then like maybe some women expect you to like, oh, now you have to pay for my school or you have to pay for this. What is like the expectation that should be?
It's negotiable. Mahar in Islam is negotiable. That is why it is called a contract. I want you to understand that. Don't be emotional about this. I am against, even though I excuse parents. I'm against sisters waiting until they have PhD to get married. How old are you going to be? And you say, I want 4 kids. You do math. At age 35, you are married. And then you get kids when you are 37. By the time that child completes, elementary, how old are you? By the time a child finishes high school, how old are you? You're a grandma without a child. Men are waiting for age 40-something, 30-something to get married. Do you know what it takes to raise a child, one hawla? My baby, one. You know what it takes? Do you know the gap between me and my kids? Ya Allah. I'm 50, hawla is 2.5. By the time she reached even 18 or 20, how old am I? I'm walking like this, leaning on a stick. My face is gone, man. Imam Shafi, is this you? Nobody's going to recognize me. The earlier the better. Now, you need to agree. You need to be organic. You need to be sincere. I understand why parents feels like, they need some stability. I understand that. Like, don't delay it too much. Even after first degree, you are still, not very sure. You have to go up and up and up. Don't do that. So, everything is negotiable, negotiated in Islam. Anything to do with mahar and some living conditions are negotiated. Negotiate and tell them the truth. I want to marry you. I'm studying and I'm also working. Alhamdulillah, in America, we can even help one another. Sisters are very kind. Wallahi, sisters are very kind. You don't know them. Sisters will give you their heart and their wealth. Most of sisters are working so hard to make marriage work in America than men. Some men are making it work, but most of sisters, from 1 to 10, 6 sisters are, they established a home. and they will spend everything. They may complain that my husband is not helping me. Sisters are spending their money to feed the family, to pay this and this. I know that. So negotiate and put things clearly and agree on how to move forward. Sisters and brothers, if you put celebrations and hiring a big hall and what, and inviting people from London and Ethiopia and Sudan and how do you call it? In Germany, if you take all those out, marriage is the easiest thing. And marital life is the easiest thing. Wallah, you will be surprised that you are overspending outside marriage as a young person than investing in marriage. I'm telling you that. You and your husbands. Yes, sir.
Quick follow-up. So what are like the responsibilities that transfer, I mean, from like her dad, for example, to you? Is it just the basic like necessities? Or
You know, father, if you insist that I want to marry your daughter, definitely, father, I want to see if you are responsible. But I would ask parents, can you help your daughter to establish herself in her home? If I'm wealthy and somebody want to marry my daughter, and I know that he's, either studying and he's moving towards, maybe, graduation or a good job. He's not a lazy person. Why can't I help my daughter and this young man, to be established? Why should I give sadaqah elsewhere and not channel money towards my daughter's happiness? Are we okay that my daughter is tempted to talk to men, touch men, commit zina, and I'm having wealth? Or I need to channel that money to help my daughter lead a halal life. Do you understand this? I wish if parents understand that. Smart parents will sell their land and their homes to support their daughters and son-in-laws to have a good life. And there's no problem on that. But then some people are very wealthy and they say, you want my daughter? Okay. Now you're gonna pay her school fees. Dad, you call her dad. Don't call me a dad. Take care of my daughter first. Then I'm gonna see if you qualify to call me a dad. So they make it a little bit tough. But of course, securing their security financially is very important. Their parents, they want to see that their daughter is not going to suffer. Right? And if you can afford and you accept to marry their daughter, pay, you can help her if you want to pursue her. But if you don't have, let them know that I don't have. Allah says, in yakunu fuqara'a yughnihimullahu min fadl. If they are poor, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enrich them by His bounty. Look, finish, right? Finish? Last question. Muhammad, you always ask the last question.
The question is, are you obligated to disclose your assets, how much you make, just what's in your bank account?
No. A man owns his wealth, and a woman owns her wealth. Do you know that it's not a must in Islam? If a sister has wealth, anything you earn before marriage, even if you have a business after marriage, you know that it's yours in Islam, right? It's yours. It doesn't belong to your husband. Do you know that? In Islam, a woman owns her properties, anything that you earn, even after marriage, if you have a business that is running, still belongs to your wife, doesn't belong to you. Just like sisters, it is haram to take your husband's family name. Aisha was called Aisha bint who? Was she called Aisha bint Muhammad? So why are you changing your name to this stranger? To show that you love him so much, you enslave yourselves. That is un-Islamic, it's haram. You cannot take somebody's family's name or somebody's father's name. You are called Sister Khadija Ibrahim, now you are called Khadija Smith. La ilaha illallah, Mrs. Smith. Haram, eh? So your wealth is your wealth. Brothers, you need to know that. Some brothers are enslaving women that I married you, I paid mahar, so I want to know your paycheck, I want to haram to do that. She also should not force you to know everything that you have, because it's you who you can tell her, I have this property, I have this property. Your responsibility is to do what? To provide. And of course, if you live with her longer, anything may happen, right? Death and what? There's no problem if you tell her, I have this and this. But you should not say, I want to know all your assets. Many women say, if you die, your family may take the assets. I say, what about if you die, my wife? What about if Allah takes you like Khadija, leaving Rasul behind? So you can share information. It's good to share, but the word amassed, right? Are we good until there? Jazakumullah khairan for coming. We are left with the 2 sessions. rights, and such things that may lead to divorce. Many things that have destroyed homes. I can present that in 2 sittings, inshallah. Have sabr with me. I think we are doing good. Forgive me, sometimes I have to elaborate because it's very important. I don't wanna be a vague presenter. I wanna go a little bit deeper. It may help us, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purify our intentions. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless my sisters with the best husbands that are left on earth today. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant my brothers good wives, be it in America, in our community, or from China. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you, the best in this world and tomorrow hereafter. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. U'idhukum bi kalimatillahi tama min kulli shaytani wa hama wa min kulli aynin lama. Rabbana hab lana min azwajina wa dhurriyyatina qurrata a'yunin waj'alna lil muttaqina imama. Allahumma ati nufusana taqwaha زكها أنت خير من زكاها إنك أنت وليها ومولاها اللهم الطف بنا فيما جرت به المقادير هون علينا كل عسير إنك على كل شيء قدير برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم الحمد لله رب العالمين. We have a link. I sent it, I think, to Zahra. Can you share it with sisters? Help the masjid, inshallah, whoever is working. We don't have much, like in each one of us has been putting something together just to pay our rents, alhamdulillah. So any sister, if you know family members, if you have friends, just talk to them. $20, $30, $50. Sometimes you can talk to 2, 3, 4 people every month and you find that you are giving us $200 from friends. $10, $5. Each one of us should be ambassador of this place, alhamdulillah. We have sisters, beautiful place. Brothers are saying that, why can't we maybe go up and we bring sisters down? Because your place is looking so beautiful. But remember, your place was not looking good before, right? So inshallah, wherever you are, this is Baitullah. And these programs are good, alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah khairan for your patience and, being here to learn. And inshallah, you have a good future. Jazakumullah khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.